This is Socks in 7.
Welcome back to Socks in 7. We are your hosts, Kevin Tebow, Mason Reed. Unfortunately, we are out without Jack Tagerman today. He's working like a loser. But we're here to break down some Sox free agency stuff. They're starting to make some moves. Had some unfortunate things happen. But we got to start with the big one. Raffy Devers, 11 years, $331 million. How do you feel about that?
Just awesome. I woke up, I think it was a Wednesday morning, around like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And a couple hours later, like around like 5 or whatever it was, I get the notification on my phone from MLB. It says Red Sox and Devers reach massive deal. And boy, did that put a smile on my face. Just like after an offseason where we got Madasaka, Yoshida, and Kenley Jansen, and that's about it. We really like Devers was halfway out the door. A lot of people thought we probably weren't going to compete very well, like in the AL East. But after that news, like our offseason was just on a like downward slope, and then that news comes and like here it comes back up. Red Sox hype again. It was at least something to get the fan base back into it and something to get excited about. So as an enormous Rafael Devers fan, just awesome news. And he's going to be here for the long haul with us.
Yeah, sensational. I was working the day before when I got the news that they settled on arbitration, and I thought, oh no. This is the same thing that happened to Mookie, 1-year deal, and I thought they were going to trade him the next day. The next day I'm working again, look down at my phone, boom, signed. And I literally texted the group chat, and I was like, there's nothing that could ruin my day.
No.
Like, there could have been a terrorist attack. I probably would have been okay.
It was just boom. There's Rafael Devers for 11 more years until I'm age 32. He's going to be on the Red Sox, which is just awesome. There's awesome news, man. He's just going to continue to rake baseballs throughout the entirety of his career, and I'm here to watch it.
100%. But that means he's just got to become more of a leader.
Absolutely. I think he's ready to take on that sort of role too. He's been with the team for a good enough time now where I think like he sees Bogarts walk, and Bogarts obviously was that like leader for the team. And like my thought process after Bogarts walked was like, oh, him and Devers have been boys ever since Devers came up. Like he's probably going to follow suit. Like they might just give up on this franchise just like Bogarts did. But I think Devers saw it and was like, yeah, like wow, there's an opportunity for me here to be like that like centerpiece of a ball club, be the team leader, be that everything guy for that team. And he came in, signed, put some ink to paper, and he's here for 11 years. I think he's ready to take on that role.
I agree. But then, we're on this upward trend now, and then about 2 days later, notification, Trevor Story tears his UCL, has to get reconstructive surgery. Not Tommy John, some other thing where it's a less recovery time, but it's still looking like he's going to miss, if not all, most of next season. And he could have been ready for spring training if he had gotten it at the end of the year. But he was ramping up to play shortstop now and hurt it.
Yeah, I mean, just poor decision making on his part. I guess like you gotta just like if you really like want like you just gotta go get like if you know something's wrong with you, you just gotta go see a doctor. And like I guess he just didn't, or he did and knew he needed the surgery, and then instead decided like, yo, I'm just gonna miss like a lot of next season instead. And if he did that, then like you're a bum. But like I don't know. I mean, he didn't like he's obviously a good player and everything, and whoever fills in for him isn't as good as him. But I don't know. I still think that like we could compete. I feel like it's less. I would rather see our pitching staff take a huge jump this year and be a lot better than see our pitching staff remain like this and have Story play. So like I feel like it really comes down to like pitching, and like Trevor Story's just whatever. Like if you're not gonna play until September, then like so be it.
100%. And it's just like it sucks, but we probably weren't going to win the World Series anyway this year. But you'd like to see the team compete. And, like, we want to go to the ballpark and actually enjoy watching the baseball games. But that made Heim realize that I got to do more things. So he goes out and signs Adam Duval, which is huge. He's Hunter Renfroe 2.0, but a better fielder. He's got a Gold Glove. He hits absolute tanks. I saw his spray chart. Monster's going to treat him fairly. How do you feel about that?
Guy's going to become best friends with the Monster quickly. I feel like he's throughout like the course of his career, he's definitely like been a hot and cold hitter. He's had some really hot seasons, like he did a couple years ago with the Braves, and I feel like if he's definitely getting up there in age, but if he can just like Justin Turner, if him and Justin Turner can fill in the lineup this year and just break baseballs and like become really good friends with the Green Monster, and like if they both hit above 260 and have 25 bombs each, then we're going to make the playoffs. That's the way I look at it. Like, if you get that kind of production, they're driving in Devers and Verdugo and everybody at the top, I feel like that's runs.
100%. And so the way it stands now is it's looking like he's going to play center field, move Kike into short, and have Arroyo at second, which I don't hate. Kike's just got to have a better year than he did last year. He had a down year. He needs to look like 2021 Kike Hernandez for this team to compete.
Yeah.
And Christian Arroyo's got to stay healthy. Christian Arroyo's a good player when he's healthy, but when he's not, he's not there. He's not at the ballpark.
Yeah, like you said, like us as fans, like we want to go to the ballpark and spend $36 on 2 dogs and a Truly, and like we want to enjoy watching the game and see the team win. And I feel like Trevor Story not being out there obviously doesn't make the team have a better chance at winning, but like if other guys in the lineup like Duval, Turner, if all of them can get hot and like we're spraying the ball around, putting up 7-8 a game, and the pitching's there, like people are going to come to the ballpark and pay for those dogs and Trulies. Like it's just going to happen, and like that's what we want to do as Red Sox fans.
And the biggest thing about the Duval signing is that we don't have to watch Jarren Duran play baseball, and I'm very happy about that. And now our fourth outfielder, probably top 2 player in baseball, and he's not 2, and his name is the Asian sensation Rob Refsnyder. He's moving to the bench, which kind of stinks, but he's going to be able to fill in. They're going to be able to move people around, which is nice to see.
Yeah. It's definitely great that if something else happens to someone, he can really fit in at any position, and he's definitely a great utility guy. And like I'd like to see him get in the lineup more, considering he is the Asian sensation, and like he just mashes baseballs. It's really all he does. But as far as like next season is, like I don't know. It's still definitely optimistic to say that we're gonna like finish above 500 or make the playoffs, but I think it's definitely possible. Like if it really just comes down to the pitching, and we're gonna hit the ball. That's so that's what this lineup's built for. And like if we pitch, like you just gotta win division games. That's all it really comes down to. And like obviously the Yankees are gonna be really good, and they have one of the best rotations in the league. And the Blue Jays are gonna be really good. And the Orioles are going to be really good, and the Rays are going to be really good. But as long as we can just like split series with them and like beat the really bad teams, steal a couple like on the road, that's all like it really comes down to. I'm feeling pretty optimistic for this upcoming season.
Yeah, about our pitching, Pavetta's got to be better against the AL East. He dominated against non-AL East teams last year, but was the worst pitcher in baseball when he was playing the Yankees, Rays, Jays, or Orioles. He's got to be better. And I'm a big Nicholas Pivetta fan, but he's pitching like Nick Pivetta right now.
Yeah. The bullpen definitely has been improved. There's really not much more to say besides like the off-season was going downhill, and then Devers, the signing, is just awesome, brings life to the fan base. And I'm looking for Heim to like maybe pull a couple more strings before the season starts.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of rumors connecting the Miami, like Pablo Lopez. A trade for him would be huge, but Heim's very particular about his prospects that are actually good. But we don't have to see Connor Siebold pitch. He got dealt. Darwinson Hernandez, your boy, gone. I think Brazier's next to go. We also signed Jorge Alfaro, so we got to make room for him on the 40-man because there's only 2 catchers on the 40-man right now. So, got to add at least another catcher in case one goes down. And then also, we should probably sign another middle infielder who's major league ready, platoon with Arroyo. I'm hoping for Iggy, big Red Sox guy. 2021, he basically helped us. Like, without Iggy, we don't make the playoffs. So, I'm a big Iggy fan. I hope he comes back. But in 30 days, got the World Baseball Classic coming up. Obviously, last time, unbelievable. Adam Jones, what a catch. But this team isn't looking as good because the DR's kind of got a pretty good team.
Yeah, it's really the pinnacle of baseball, too, when you look at it. Like, obviously, Americans watch the MLB, but in every other country, Mexico, Dominican Republic, Venezuela, all other countries, even Japan and Korea, all have their own leagues where the fans there. Like, if you're a baseball fan there, you're into that league. You know about the players in that league. You root for your team in that league. And none of them really, follow the MLB, just like we don't follow the NPB or the Japan League or any other leagues. But the World Baseball Classic really brings everything together where you're just cheering for your country. And it's definitely going to be a lot of fun to watch, Japan will roll out a solid team. They always do. Obviously, the U.S. will be stacked, but I'm not going to be cheering for the U.S. in this World Baseball Classic, despite being from Massachusetts. I'm going to be cheering for the Dominican Republic. They just have an absolutely loaded team. All of the best stars in Major League Baseball. Watch out for them to absolutely obliterate everyone in this. I feel like all the people that have said that they're going to play for the team are all bought in and want to show the world this is the best country to where the best baseball players come from, and they're not wrong because I'm just going to go off the top of my head, their pitching staff, they have Sandy Alcantara, Cy Young winner last year, Framber Valdez, obviously gross, 2 World Series, disgusting lefty with a nasty sinker, everybody knows about him, Luis Castillo. I feel like the 3 of them are easily 3 of the top 10 starters in the league right now. And then they have Franco, Jeremy Pena, Devers, Jose Ramirez. I don't even know who else, but that's you get the gist. They have Machado. Their team just is literally so stacked, and I'm gonna enjoy watching them play in the World Baseball Classic. I can tell you that much.
I agree. In the U.S., they obviously lost Trevor Story. They lost Bryce Harper because Bryce Harper had his Tommy John surgery. So they still got a really good outfield with Mookie and Trout, but the rest of the team, they're stars, but they're not the face of the league stars. Yeah,
and the pitching staff that you were talking to me about earlier definitely doesn't compare to the DR in any sense, because even the DR's bullpen, they have Class A. They have Gregory Soto. I was just going through it a little bit ago. They just have absolute studs at every position. One of the most loaded teams I've ever seen.
Yeah, and it's old for the U.S. You got Wainwright, Kershaw. You're going to need Logan Webb. Webb's got to be their ace, and he's got to just shove every game that he pitches in. But we forgot to bring up Corey Kluber. We'll bring that up after. What other guys in the bullpen they got in there?
I don't even know. Felix Bautista obviously had a sub 1.5 ERA for the Orioles. He'll be in there. Camilo Duval throws 100 for the Giants. Hector Neris is obviously gross. Sir Anthony Dominguez for the Phillies. It's just kind of unfair at this point. They have Eloy too. Their team, O'Neal Cruz, Jorge Polanco. Oh, and then how can we forget Julio Rodriguez, right?
Yeah.
They basically have just about everybody, and they're going to be winning the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah.
But to Corey Kluber, I'm not he's obviously been really good before. He's won a Cy Young, I'm pretty sure. He was nasty with the Indians at the beginning of his career, and last I've seen of him. There's a game, right? It was 0-0 between the Rays and the Indians in the playoffs, and it was the 17th inning. and it was 0-0. There was maybe 4 hits by each team in the game. I watched every pitch of the game. And so the Rays bring in Corey Kluber, right, out of the pen. They've already used everybody else. It's the 17th inning. He comes in, throws like a couple pitches. I don't know if he even got it out, but tall rookie for the Indians.
SpongeBob.
Yeah, Oscar Gonzalez. Yeah. He just absolutely leaves Earth 450, like dead center walk off. Everybody in Cleveland's going nuts. And Corey Kluber, that's the last I've seen of him pitch. I think he had an above 4 ERA last year. He's I'm definitely hoping he returns to form, and like he does have wipeout stuff, but he's kind of like seeing him pitch like the last couple of years. He's going like mainly cutter, like 86, 88. He's topping out like maybe 90, and I feel like if you're an opposing team, especially like the Yankees or the Blue Jays, and like you're Vladdy or your Judge. You see, like, you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh, like, we're facing Corey Kluber today. You're just licking your chops. Like, I feel like that's really what it is. And if he can be good, then that'd be awesome, but I don't have high hopes for him.
Yeah, and I agree, and I kind of wish Tags was here for this, because I think he's just going to be the righty Rich Hill this year. And I think him and Tags are going to have some beef, probably his children too. So if you're hearing this, Corey Kluber, hide your kids.
Yeah.
But the bullpen's better, which is nice. Julio Rodriguez, cover of the show. The cover looks sick.
It does look sick. I love the show this year with Ohtani. Was so sick. I've played it a lot, and I can't wait for the new one to come out. You gotta Diamond Dynasty, you kind of have to grind early in order to get really, really good. And I'm not the best show player of all time, but I'm super excited to play. Obviously, all new updated rosters for your franchise and everything. It's going to be sweet.
And one last topic I kind of want to go over is the Nesson booth. Obviously, Eck and Remy aren't in it anymore, which kind of stinks. But Uke is going to be in it. Will Middlebrooks is going to be in it.
I like Will Middlebrooks.
Me too. I think he does a great job.
Great job.
And we don't have to listen to Tony Maz anymore.
Yep.
I hate listening to him. He just bitches and complains the entire time.
Tune into 98.5 or whatever it is if you want to listen to him.
Exactly. Good riddance. But do you have any closing thoughts?
Not really. I'm just super optimistic for the season. A week or two ago, before we had given Devers $331 million, I was definitely not optimistic, and I thought he was definitely going to leave before the season started. But the fact that he is willing to take on that leadership role, become the face of a franchise for the next 11 years, it just put a smile on my face. That's all it really did. I jumped up and down.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to completely agree with you. My closing thoughts are Chris Sale. Please don't get hurt. Supposedly he's healthy right now, but just be there for opening day so you can pitch, dude. I enjoy watching you pitch, but just you gotta not get hurt. Stop falling off your fucking bike, dude.
And I feel like that'd be pretty cool if our opening day starter was Trevor Bauer.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we can work something out with him. He comes to Boston. That'd be a really, really big lift in our rotation. And that guy is Cy Young, as his last seen, upper 90s fastball, disgusting slider. He's gross, so hopefully he could become a part of the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah, and I think him and Reese McGuire would make a funny combo.
Definitely.
All right. We will see you probably before the World Baseball Classic, maybe during it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Deuces.